How's it going, fellas? This is Dark Warrior, currently in Mexico right now, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the dating culture out here, just my perspective and what I've seen and what I've experienced. So I'm currently here visiting my girlfriend. She's at work right now, so I'm just kind of exploring. But the dating culture in Mexico is a little bit different from what you'll notice in the Western countries. Right off the bat, it's a lot more conservative. There's typically more steps involved. And there's pros and cons, which I'm about to go over. So, first off, how are the women? How are the selection of women here? There is lots of beautiful women here. Beautiful, feminine, traditional women. Everywhere you go, you're gonna see them. Now, I'm not gonna say that all the women are attractive, right? I would say, they still have, just your average, women that just aren't really that hot. But in general, you'll see a good amount, much higher percentage than you would in, let's say, like the United States, right? The women here are typically, more feminine. They wear makeup. They're usually in better shape than the Western nations. Less of them have like tattoos and stuff, dyed hair, piercings, that kind of thing. And generally, they take care of their appearance more. Their appearance is much more important to them. Women don't just walk around in pajamas like you see in Western countries, or just looking completely terrible. They always make sure that they're dressed for the occasion, that their makeup is on point, that they have the right clothes on for whatever, event, whether you're just walking around, going to a party, or if there's some sort of special event going on, right? Like a get-together. So, yeah, the women do care a lot more about their appearance, I would say. And their style, too. They usually wear nice clothes, nice outfits. And there's girls here that literally spend their entire paycheck on makeup, clothes, stuff like that, lipstick, beauty, cosmetics. And that's very common here. So as far as them being conservative, yeah, they're very conservative. Don't expect to come to a country like this and that you're just gonna get some chick in your bed within like the first night or something like that. There's a ritual. The dating culture here is very, they're looking for, they call it a caballero. A caballero literally translates to a gentleman. They're looking for a guy to open the door for them, to take them out to a nice restaurant. They want the guy to be romantic. They grow up in a culture where they're taught these kind of things. They see these kind of things. They see men doing gestures such as, hiring literally like a mariachi band to ask them out on a date. Leaving them flowers on their doorstep, sending them chocolates, this kind of thing. So it's a very romantic-based culture. They care. Chivalry definitely exists here, and chivalry is like a really important thing to these women. And they expect this kind of stuff because that's just what happens with other girls here, right? You see it everywhere, you walk, right? Men treating their women, men taking their women out on walks, holding their hand. Public displays of affection are very common. You'll see couples making out in public, kissing each other, holding each other very tight, going to the park, going to the movies. They want you to do cute stuff like that. Take them out to the movie theater, take them out to a nice dinner, romantic dinner in the middle of the night. And just generally, be a true gentleman, right? This isn't like those countries where, those sex tourist countries where you just load up Tinder and you just invite them to your hotel room after like lunch or something like that. I'm not saying that it's not possible to do that. I'm just saying that the rule generally is that they want you to win them over. And a vein in that is that most of these women are looking for a relationship. They're not looking for one night stands. They're not looking for casual encounters. They want to get to know you. They want you to get to know them. And they're more cautious when it comes to just casual encounters. And it's also due to the family dynamic. A big part of that, these women, they might want to actually get with you faster, sleep with you, but in general, their family and society and their friends are going to judge them if they're seen as promiscuous, which is a big thing here. They don't want to be seen as promiscuous. They don't want to be seen with a hickey on their neck, for example. If their family catches them with something like that, staying in your hotel room, that's a taboo, right? And even if you have a girlfriend, there's still these taboo rules. Like if you're staying at her house, for example, her family may let you stay with them, but guess what? You can't even, unless you're married, you can't even sleep in the same room with your girlfriend. You have to sleep in separate beds because you're not married. Even though they may know that y'all are still doing stuff like that, it's an unspoken thing, right? They're not gonna tell their family that they're, about their sexual encounters or whatever. It's just something they don't bring up. And if you're staying with the family, they want you to stay in a separate bedroom and all this other stuff. So, to us, to a Westerner, that seems kind of strange, right? Oh, you have a girlfriend? Of course, everyone knows that y'all are sleeping together, right? So staying in the same bedroom that's not a taboo thing, right? This is something that really boggled my mind when I first started dating over here and coming here a lot. Even after being with a girl for a long time, that's just how it is. And one thing that you'll also notice with these girls is that they are dating with a purpose. Now, what does it mean, dating with a purpose? Marriage is a big thing over here. Women are looking to lock down into eventually getting married. And this is the complete truth. They want to have kids. They want to get married. Family is very important. So they grow up with this dream. They see their family members. They see their aunts. They see their sisters, their cousins getting married, having kids, having families. And I'll be honest, that's a lot of, what they fantasize about having that family, building something, going and becoming a true pair and pair bonding. Now, this doesn't mean like that you have to get married with every single girl. Of course, get to know her. Of course, she wants to get to know you, but just expect that at some point. And this is happening to me, right? Like my girlfriend keeps dropping me these hints that she wants to get married, and that's what she wants. She's made it very clear that that's her intention, right? And this relationship is going to eventually lead to that. And it's a pressure. It's a societal pressure. Their family members, like for example, my girlfriend's mom has literally asked me, so are you looking to get married? Like, she sat me down and talked to me. Are you looking to get married? Oh, like, what's your intention? What's your ultimate goal? And expect these kind of things. Expect the family members to ask you these kind of questions, because they don't want you just playing around with their family member, just, you know, using her for some, you know, casual type relationship. They want to know what's up. You know, they want to know what's going on. So as far as the dating, right, what are some of the pros though? You know, yeah, it's a little bit harder to get a casual encounter here, but what are some of the pros? Well, it's much easier to actually get a date. I'll say that. On dating apps, it's much easier to get matches. Girls are much less likely to flake on you. Women here are much less likely to judge you just based solely on looks. It's a lot easier to meet beautiful girls. You know, in the US, in the Western countries, it can be quite a challenge to actually even, you know, go out on dates without getting ghosted, flaked on. You know, girls just not messaging you, girls just playing like stupid games, you know. Versus here, like I said, it's much more direct. It's much more, you know, if you match with a girl, you could still get flaked on. I'm not gonna say that you won't. It's happened to me. But it's also much easier to match with these girls, start chatting with them. They're much more likely to continue messaging you back, asking you if you're staying, you know, where you're staying. And they want to know if it's possible for y'all to go out and do something, to go out on a little adventure, to meet each other. So yeah, it's much easier to get a date with a beautiful girl. It's much easier to meet a beautiful girl. And they're less likely to judge you just based on looks, just based on, you know, superficial bullshit like in a Western nation, right? You know, do you have a six-pack? How tall are you? How much money do you make? Blah, blah, blah. That stuff kind of goes out it still matters. It does matter, but to much less of an extent. You know, any woman in the world is going to want, you know, attractive guy. Like, I don't care what country you go to. All women have their reasons for why they're even dating in the first place, who they want, who their ideal man is. But here, I would say, you know, I see a lot of average guys with really beautiful girls, you know, not even like Chads or anything, just regular guys, like regular everyday guys, just going out, meeting baddies, you know, hanging out with baddies. Now, if you're a passport bro, how does this affect you, right? How does this affect you if you're a Westerner? Well, I would say you have somewhat of an advantage if you're a Westerner. You have that, you know, that interesting aura about you, right? You're someone from a different country. You're someone who is from a different culture. And, you know, ladies find that very interesting. And this is going to give you somewhat of an advantage in meeting them, because it's just that effect, that foreigner effect, right? Where it just makes you more attractive by proxy, that, you know, you're like this guy traveling and you seem interesting, and that, you know, they've never been with someone from a different country. Their only dating options have ever been like local guys. And I'm gonna be real, guys, this place is not infested with foreigners. Like, you know, when you come, it depends where you go. If you go to some tourist area like Cancun, yeah, expect to see a lot of tourists and Americans and stuff and Europeans. But go to like the actual heartland of Mexico, right? Go to like, you know, Monterrey, Guadalajara, Aguascalientes, San Luis Potosí, even, you know, Mexico City, for example, right? Go to the heartlands, go to the places where a lot of the tourists aren't going, right? And you'll be like the only foreigner. Like, you could go out into the main city and you'll notice it's just all natives. It's all native people. You're not gonna see a bunch of, have you seen these videos of like, Thailand and stuff? And you'll see all these like, nasty like white guys walking around, old farts, sex tourists and stuff. You don't see that here. You really don't. That's not a thing here. So, if you're looking to get an easy score, if you're looking to get a quick score, this is not the place to go to. If you're looking to meet a beautiful woman who could eventually become your wife, and that's a high probability, this is the place to go to, right? If you're looking for a long-term relationship, if you're looking to meet the mother of your children, if you're looking to meet a 10 out of 10 that wants to build something with you, that wants to, create a future together, I would definitely say, yes, this is the location to go to. Now, the crime, right? What about the crime? You hear a lot of bad stuff about this country, and if it's dangerous for foreigners. I've come here many times. I'm out in public by myself. If you have common sense, if you keep your head down, if you are respectful, you won't have any problems. Don't look like an idiot. Don't look like an easy score. Keep situational awareness. Stay out of areas where, stay in areas like, look, I'm in this beautiful park in public. There's police officers, there's regular people, there's families walking around, right? There's no, criminals just running around, sticking people up or anything like that. This is like, stay to the good areas, the areas where there's businesses, the areas where there's, nice infrastructure. Don't be, walking around in a ghetto or something, like sticking out like a sore thumb. Of course, use common sense, guys. Use common sense and you'll be completely fine in this country. Now, there is scammers. There is, I've had to bribe a police officer before, actually a couple times. I was driving and, I got pulled over and I had to bribe a cop over some bullshit. I'm not even going to go into that. I'll make a video about that one of these days, but something like that could happen. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did have to bribe a couple cops before, over some bullshit charge that they threw at me. They were saying they're going to tow my car or whatever because I didn't have the right registration sticker or some shit. But other than that, I've never been robbed. I've never been held up. I've never had anyone, follow me around or anything. So it's, out of all my experiences, I've never really had any real problems other than that. So just be polite, be respectful, keep a good situational awareness, and meeting these girls, meet them out in public places, meet them out at the park, right? These are just things that you should know if you are a passport bro, right? You have to be careful. Make sure you don't carry a ton of money on you. Don't be walking around in flashy clothes. Don't be flaunting your money in public. Don't look like an idiot. Don't look like an easy score. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're looking to date in Mexico. The family is going to want to meet you if you're in a relationship. I'll tell you that. The parents, the brothers are going to want to meet you. They want to know what kind of man you are, like I said, what are your intentions with their daughter, with their sister. They just want to protect their family member, and it's like you, right? Do you just want your daughter or your sister just getting pumped and dumped by some random foreigner, right? No, this country has pride. It's a culture of respect. And this culture is all about respect to elders, and that's just Latin American culture in general, right? Respecting the wishes of the family. treating the girl with respect, treating her rights, being a gentleman, being a good man. And let's get on to some of the more, the women are very, how do the women act, right? How do these Mexican women act, right? Well, I would say, like how they love a gentleman. They want to feel like a woman. They want to be a lady. They're very feminine. They want you to tell them, that they look good, that they're beautiful. Mexican women love compliments, and they love to know that you have an interest in them. They want you to do public displays of affection. They're very, physical. They want to hold your hand. They want to cuddle with you. They want to Don't be surprised if she kisses you in public, if she's always kissing you in public, holding you, if she wraps her arms around you in public, that kind of thing. They're very loving. They like to show their affection a lot. She might cook you food, bring you little gifts and stuff. She might, send you little messages, memes, and all sorts of stuff. Text your phone quite often. They like to, they might want you to post them on your story on social media. They, and they want to be shown off. They don't want to be kept like a secret. They want, they don't want you, and they definitely don't want you talking to other girls. Mexican women are very jealous. If they find out that you're talking to another girl, it's not going to be pretty. They're going to be very upset and feel betrayed by you. They always want to know, they always want reassurance that they're the only one that you like, that you're not going around with other girls. Mexican women are very jealous. If you talk to another girl in public, at the restaurant, the waitress, if you crack a joke with the waitress, they might freak out a little bit. They might, oh, you were flirting with her. Oh, do you like her? Do you think she was pretty? They're gonna ask you all sorts of crazy questions like, why are you talking to the waitress like that? Some bullshit. If you're too friendly with another girl, they're gonna get pissed off. Also, they can be a little bit crazy, guys. Mexican women get angry very easily. They can get a little aggressive if you don't hold their hand or if you're not acting like a gentleman, if you say the wrong thing. These chicks don't just let you walk all over them. They get pissed off. They want you to make it up to them. They want you to they get mad very easily, jealous very easily. They're very passionate. They're very emotional women. And Latino women just have that fire, right? We've all heard them, they're spicy, right? Like the food. Mexican women are like that. They're very spicy. They're very loving. They're very affectionate, but they can also become very, very aggressive easily. So keep that in mind. If you just want a woman who's just gonna let you walk all over her, just submit 100%, some Asian woman or something, that's not gonna happen here, guys. They're gonna try to argue with you about certain things, and they kind of like the drama, right? Latino women, we've all heard about, Latino women love drama. They do. They get off on it. They watch these telenovelas when they're growing up, and they see people, how they act, and they're the same way. They like to keep things interesting. They may start little arguments or fights out of nowhere just for the fun of it, right? Just for the fuck of it. And you can kind of play into that a little bit, right? A little bit of drama never hurt. But if you're not into that, some guys are into that. Some guys like when their woman is like that, a a little fiery, a little angry, but you know, because it makes them more interesting. Some guys hate that, right? Some guys don't like that at all. They don't want to deal with that. So if you're just, you know, if you think that she's just gonna like bow down to you like some sort of, you know, Filipino girl or something like that, no, it's not the truth. Latino women are super, you don't text them in time. If you like take too long to text them, call them, they get upset. They might text your phone like wondering, you know, where you've been. They might even accuse you of talking to another girl. Super common, guys. I'm just giving you the straight, you know, what to expect. I'm just, you know, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Just my tips, my thoughts on this. You know, how are these women? How do they act? And yeah, what to expect out of Mexican women. And if you want to date a Mexican woman, if you want to come here and do that, it's not that hard to get a date. It's not that hard to meet a beautiful girl. You can do it. You know, if you just employ the right strategies, if you dress well, if you know, go to a nice city. And let me tell you guys, bro, there's tons of them. There's millions of beautiful, young, single women here, healthy. And the country is very like vibrant, and the country is very interesting, right? Like there's lots of adventures to be had. Mexican women are very adventurous. They don't like to sit around. They want to go out. They want to do things. They don't just want to sit inside. They want to go walk around, you know, go out, do fun things, fun dates. They might want to go to the fair, you know, ride on little rides together, ride some horses. Yeah, they want to go and they want to do adventures. They like guys to do interesting stuff, you know. They like to do fun things, you know. So if you're looking for someone to go on adventures with, Mexican women are great for that as well. So yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. I'm gonna let you guys go. Peace out. Let me know down in the comments if you had a similar experience, and I'll let you guys go. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's the Dark Warrior. Peace.